They say love makes you blind, but I didn't realize how blind I really was until the night I found out everything was a lie. I still remember the way the air felt that evening, heavy, still, almost warning me that something was about to change forever. My hands were trembling as I held his phone, the screen glowing like a truth I was never supposed to see. A message flashed, words that shattered everything I thought I knew. My heart sank, but my mind refused to believe it. That night, I stopped being the girl who trusted him and became the woman who exposed him. It hadn't always been this way. When we first met, he felt like a storybook kind of love, charming, confident, the kind of man who makes you feel like the main character in a fairy tale. He looked at me like I was the only person in the room. Every word, every gesture made me feel safe, seen, valued. He listened when I spoke, remembered the small details, made promises that sounded too beautiful to question. For a while, I believed him. I believed in us. But even then, there were moments, small, quiet moments, that didn't sit right. He avoided questions about his past. He kept his phone face down. He got defensive whenever I asked simple things. I saw those red flags, but I told myself it was love, that it was normal, that maybe I was overthinking. Love makes you believe things you'd never believe otherwise. And looking back now, I realize every sweet word was just a thread in his web of lies. Then came the cracks, small at first, but deep enough to change everything. He started acting different. The late night messages, the quick exits to take calls, the way his smile felt rehearsed. A mutual friend once mentioned his name with someone I didn't know, and the way she said it made my stomach twist. I brushed it off, but the thought stayed, whispering in the back of my mind. One night, curiosity became instinct. I started looking closer. At his social media, the inconsistencies in his stories, the names that kept appearing. I didn't want to find anything, but I did. And when I saw what was on that phone, my hands went cold. I realized I never knew the man I loved. He wasn't just hiding a mistake. He was living a lie. He had another life, another woman, another world that he kept behind locked screens and fake smiles. He wasn't just unfaithful, he was calculated, using people, playing them against each other, building his own little empire of deceit. I sat there, frozen, staring at the evidence that everything I had was built on a foundation of lies. My chest felt heavy, like I couldn't breathe. Tears came, not from heartbreak, but from the cruel realization that I was never part of his truth. I wanted to scream. I wanted to confront him, but something inside me whispered, "Don't, not yet." Because what I wanted more than answers was justice. The next morning, something inside me shifted. I stopped crying. I stopped asking why. I started planning. I became quiet, not out of fear, but focus. I began collecting everything, screenshots, emails, messages, patterns. His lies had a rhythm, and I was learning the tune. I even befriended someone from his other circle, someone who knew parts of the story I didn't. Piece by piece, his perfect illusion began to crumble, and the more I saw, the calmer I became. I realized revenge doesn't need to scream. Sometimes silence is the loudest weapon. Weeks went by, and the plan formed itself. It wasn't about hurting him physically. It was about making sure everyone he manipulated saw the truth. Every person he fooled, every heart he played with, every mask he wore. I prepared everything carefully. No emotion, no mistakes, just proof. When the day came, I didn't flinch. I pressed send, and within hours his world began to collapse. That day was the day the truth came out. It spread like wildfire. The same charm he once used became his downfall. People he lied to began connecting dots, reaching out, comparing stories. The perfect man they all thought they knew suddenly didn't exist. He tried to fight back, of course, denying, twisting, blaming me. But it didn't matter anymore. For the first time, he couldn't lie his way out, because I had already told the truth. I didn't need to yell or prove anything. The proof spoke for itself. And as his lies fell apart, so did his image. The truth had finally done what I no longer needed to. After it all, I expected to feel triumphant. I expected to feel free, but what I felt was quiet, the kind of quiet that comes after a storm. He lost everything, the trust, the friends, the admiration he built from falsehoods. I walked away silently, not needing to see what came next. I didn't destroy him. His own lies did. I just handed him the mirror. That was enough. In the days that followed, I thought about everything: the love, the betrayal, the revenge. I realized that revenge isn't victory, it's closure in disguise. You think it'll heal you, but really it just shows you how far you've come. I didn't win because he lost, I won because I let go. Sometimes the best revenge is truth. It doesn't need to be shouted or dressed in drama, it just needs to be seen. The truth may hurt for a while, but lies destroy forever. If you've ever been betrayed, don't lose yourself trying to prove someone wrong. Prove yourself right by moving on, by growing, by choosing peace. Expose the lie, but don't let it consume your light. The real justice isn't in watching them fall, it's in knowing you no longer need to look back. I used to think he played me for a fool, and maybe he did. But every story needs a fool to start it and a survivor to end it. Now, when I look back, I don't see the girl who was broken. I see the woman who rebuilt herself from the truth, the one who stopped chasing closure and became it. I didn't destroy him. His own lies did. I didn't ruin his life. I revealed it. And in doing so, I found mine. He played me for a fool, but in the end, I wrote the final scene. And that scene wasn't about revenge. It was about freedom. Because sometimes the sweetest revenge is peace.